Well, today is an improv, very much like Gemini, just doing whatever I please to do right now. What's up, everybody? All I can say is like I've been really living in the moment, mostly somatically. I picked up again some very old practices I learned close to 30 years ago. Shin, Jyutsu. This is an old technique. Well, not that old. It's actually based on traditional Chinese medicine, but it was brought to the world by a Japanese woman. And there are 26 energetic points in the body, and you use your two hands as a jumper cable to align the energy. Instead of going to acupuncture, I can do that to myself. And I used to do that every day, but now I picked it up the last few weeks, and it's been amazing to rediscover, also to play a little bit with the fascia movements that I'm doing and the crystal ball singing that I do 2 or 3 times a day. I have a very beautiful 18-inch C note, and before I go to bed I tune into it, and when I wake up I tune into it. And so it's all about resonance and about the body, understanding how this calibration is happening, because it's not something mental. If I think about calibration mentally, I'll just mess it up, and I don't want to mess anything up. I just want to be able to adapt, tweak, move slowly, adapt, tweak, move slowly. So it's like a rhythm, it's a choreography. So there's a lot of dancing, a lot of listening to music, just in love with Lola Young. She just dropped a new song last week, and it's been quite amazing to listen to her voice. What a beautiful, beautiful voice. Also, I was at the Kevin Morris concert in Vancouver a couple of weeks ago when I was there, and it was just so beautiful to be there. I've been following his career since he started when he was living in New York, and to see him live many times. So I'm just discovering or rediscovering or refocusing on little things, little details that make my life so meaningful. I'm still integrating the systemic constellation work that I did. I won't talk about it yet. I might talk about it in a couple of podcasts that I've been invited to attend, but we'll see. Let's see how it goes, because it's not really much about talking than about feeling, sensing, and receiving, accepting. That's what it is. It's very crucial. Now, I also wanted to talk a little bit about the full moon in Sagittarius tonight or tomorrow, depending where you are in the world. And it's being squared by the great Uranus, the awakener, the liberator. I love Uranus. My whole chart is ruled by Uranus. I have Uranus in my 7th house in Virgo. How I relate and how I discern through relationships is how I get awakened. Sometimes in a rough way. Sometimes now I learned that it doesn't have to be rough. I have just to pay attention. And the calibration I'm talking about has a lot to do with that, because the south node of the moon just went through my Uranus and is right now as we speak. The north node is on my Saturn in the 1st house. But that's not all. Uranus transiting is in my 4th house, actually squaring both my Saturn and my Uranus, and at the same time squaring the nodal axis. This is huge. For everybody, Uranus is squaring the nodal axis. So maybe, and I've heard already a couple of people having accidents, having things coming to them from unexpected places, especially people who have like planets in early Virgo or Pisces or even Gemini or Sagittarius. It's like there's something there that is shaking your roots and your tree and your mind and even your body, depending on where it falls. So what's the message? There's no message. The message is that I have found out that if I focus, gate 9, where the full moon is going to be, if I focus profoundly in my intention, I will create a beautiful environment that's where I want to be. And I have been refocusing all my intentions since the beginning of the year. I will say that the last 6 months since November has been a very active period in my life where I am not just integrating, I'm refocusing, reshaping, renewing, closing, dissolving. It's like it's just like clean house right now, and I'm still rebuilding something. There's no identity yet to be called as such, and not that I'm running to find out what it is. So I know I'm just ranting here, rambling. Who cares? Doesn't matter. It's Gemini time, so I can just speak whatever. Just wanted to touch base and say, things are good, even though erratic things happen. And actually, those are the moments that we have to pay attention to, because when the universe speaks to us loud, or our body speaks to us loud, or things are working out differently than what we expected loud, this is really the moment to be focused on how is it that you want to receive that beautiful gift from the universe. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Not too much, not too little, nothing important, nothing relevant, just me being me, and saying, yeah, life goes on. And whatever we're co-creating, we better be aware of what we're doing, because this world depends very much on everybody's actions. So the message is only one with this full moon, is because it is being squared by Uranus, and the resolution node, that's called a skip step in evolutionary astrology, is pointing to the north node in Pisces, is actually asking everyone to surrender to God. Literally, surrender to source. Whatever is almighty in your life, that's where the change is going. And because the full moon is in Sagittarius, we need a new perspective. We need a new way to have a new meaning in our lives. The orientation is pointing to surrender. The past is telling us that we need to discern and let go. Perfectionism. The future is pointing to get in touch back to your spiritual quality, whatever you want to make sense of that word. And welcome unexpected changes. They always make sense afterwards, maybe not in the moment. And you'll see, look back and you go, oh my God, that was like a good change. Anyway, have a great week. Ciao, 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 ciao.